of what you can expect. So first off, like I said, check Skyward, make sure everything looks good. So second thing here, questions on final exam. As I said last week, there are three main topics here: vocab, reflexive, and preterite versus imperfect. Vocab, super important because there's going to be a big reading section and a big listening section. And the better you are, the more you're familiar with the vocabulary, the easier those sections are going to be for you. Reflexive and present tense kind of tested together, because the reflexive, mostly when we studied it, was in the present. So that would be something that I would make sure that I double checked. As of this morning, very few of you had tried this guided grammar. So I would make that a big priority, either this period or sometime before the final, to go back and do that guided grammar activity. It will re-explain to you reflexive, but I also went ahead and attached my notes here from reflexive. So basically reflexive is just present tense, but if you're doing the action to yourself, you have to add a may. If someone else is doing it to themselves, you have to add a te or a say or a nos or a say. So please review that. Okay. Preterite and imperfect notes are also right here. That will be another big topic, making sure you not only know preterite and imperfect, but you can tell when to use one versus the other. Again, I went and stuck some notes here. Quizlet, of course, is to practice all your vocab. Just a reminder, your test for me will be Wednesday, second thing. So I'll see you about 11:45. We will have an hour to answer questions. If there's anybody else that still has to do their speaking, we can do that then. Otherwise, I figured we could play that Book It game and just review some vocab together, unless you have specific questions. If you ever have a specific question, I am super happy to go over it with you and or the whole class. But otherwise, I'm going to kind of leave it on you to study and do what you need to do. Today, third, it says when you finish your speaking final, which again, most of you have, but not everybody, we'll let you leave here in a couple minutes. You can go study. What should you study? Again, number one, this textbook guided grammar on reflexive. Then you can review all of your old notes. I stuck two of them that I thought were pretty important right there. Old quizzes. Okay, as you know, if you click on quizzes, you can see all these old activities, and they're not just quizzes. There's exit tickets, there's do nows, there's practices on every single topic we've covered. So these would be great. You can always look at them. Either you can actually redo them if I give you a second chance, a second attempt, or you can just look over them. And then I did list some extra practice activities from Friday, which I imagine many of you did not do yet. So I went ahead and relinked that here. You can click on this Once de Diciembre, and you see I have a couple study Spanishes here on reflexive, on preterite versus imperfect, all the highlights. So I linked you back to that assignment from Friday. So those are basically the things I would suggest that you work on. And otherwise, like I said, I'm kind of just going to give you the time to work on it, unless somebody has questions for the group or anything you would like me to go through, like a general topic you would like me to talk about or review or explain. Now would be a good time to ask. You can also stay on the Zoom if you want to talk to me one-on-one for a minute. So you tell me, either put it in the chat or ask. What can I clarify for you? Pausing. No? Okay. Well, then let me tell you who I need to stay. And then if anybody else wants to stay for a minute and check in one-on-one, we can certainly do that. And otherwise, then let's see, I guess I will see you Wednesday afternoon. Okay. I did have one last quick question. Is it multiple choice? Some of it is multiple choice. Some of it is, I'm trying to remember if there's true, false. Can't remember if there's true, false. It's definitely multiple choice. There's definitely some fill in the blank. Any other questions?